Does she's working with a vocal producer, or is she producing all of her own vocals?
No, she produced all her own vocals. Yeah, she doesn't need a vocal producer. Yeah.
And you can hear it.
Yeah. And sometimes a producer will ask her to do certain things, and if she likes it, she'll do it. But for the most part, you know, even from Destiny's Child days up until now, she has a really unique, like, her backgrounds are stacked a certain way. So if a producer gives a finished song with backgrounds or whatever, she's kind of gonna listen to it, get an idea, and then scrap it and do
her thing,
her own. And it might incorporate some of what the producer did or the writer did, and then her own stuff. So that's really what makes it a Beyoncé record, is she adds her own touch to all the vocals, and she'll rewrite lyrics, and she's really, really hands-on in these sessions. She's not just sitting back. And
probably a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah, it's great. It's know, sort of the dream job, right?
Nice.
So certainly as an engineer.
I love arranging. I love arrangements. I love Swiss tracks. They were really fun for me because it's like one sample of some strange instrument, if it's even an instrument, some strange sound that just kind of gets in your mind and won't come out, and then these hard beats. It was no chords, no music, no instruments. So I was able to make it whatever key I wanted, make the bridge go however it was in my mind. It was like an empty canvas, and I could just paint whatever I wanted. And that's just so exciting for me because I love doing arrangements. I love a cappella songs, and I love doing harmonies, and it was so fun.
It was actually my first time in the studio, and I was so nervous because they had like 10 camera crews in there, and they were like, okay, here's your part. Now sing it in front of all these camera crews, and it was really intimidating having that being my first time in the studio. But my sister actually produced the vocals, so she came and she broke it down for me, and we worked together. And it gets really frustrating because sometimes I look at her as Beyoncé trying to tell me how to sing my part instead of Beyoncé, who wrote 6 #1 singles. So it got really frustrating, but it turned out really good.
Trying to name all the stuff that she gonna bring.
So to build up your account. Compliment the deal. Sweet song.
What is it called? I'm talking about, what is it called when you're on the plane and you're sitting in the back, they put you in the front?
We only wrote 3 songs on the last album, and this album we wrote 11. So that's a big change, and we were involved more with this album.
Yeah, and the album is more conceptual this time. Beyoncé produced a majority of the vocals on the album, and if you notice when you listen to the album that the vocals are more in your face this time, and it's tight, and it's all because Beyoncé hooked it up.
Yeah, made it run a lot smoother too.
I actually have one session with her. It's a song you'll never hear, but we did a vocal stack of 120 vocals. She just wanted to try it, and she's one of those artists that if she has an idea, she'll sit and record vocals for 4 hours until she finishes the idea, and then she'll say, I hate the song, let's not use it. So yeah.
It's a Bee Gees cover?
No, Emotions is a Bee Gees cover. Bootylicious was written and produced by myself, Beyonce, no. And actually the whole album was, besides the Emotion song, which is a cover song, which the Bee Gees originally did, and it turned out wonderful. We hope everyone likes it. We hope the Bee Gees like it.
You produced parts of the album yourself?
All of the album. I produced all of the vocals and arranged all the vocals and wrote all the lyrics. And
it must be hard to produce yourself now, right?
Well, I actually wrote and produced Independent Woman, and I wrote and produced Jumpin' Jumpin', and I produced and wrote a lot of the other songs. I co-wrote on Say My Name, on all of the songs basically. But this album, I realized that we really didn't need to pay everybody all of that money when we could do it ourselves and save ourselves a couple $1 million. It's so cool because I got the opportunity of writing and producing actually every song on the album. And with me writing and producing, I made sure everybody sang lead on every song, which is so cool because these ladies are so talented. And it really shows Destiny's Child as a whole. And I just can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Everybody knows that Destiny's Child signature sound, and it's really because of Beyonce, because she brought out all these crazy harmonies,
Sing a cappella
and the fast singing,
with different staccato,
and that was her idea.
crescendo arrangements.
People love that.
But B has always been very advanced when it comes to harmonies, and her ear is crazy. It's just amazing. I don't know what kind of stuff she hears sometimes, but she would put together different notes and harmonies and give it to us.
Yeah, yeah. And I was really curious as to how much she knew musically, and I was really pleased to find out that she knew a lot about scales, Mixolydian scales and Egyptian styles and different things like that. And I was just trying to show her some chords on the piano and help her to respect the fact that if she learns piano a la Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles and things like that, I mean, the sky's the limit as to what she could do, because she's so very talented.